Hey, welcome back to CCLP5. We've made it to the finale, level 149, Shadow of the Day. Let's see what this has in store for us. Okay. So I could probably bring some blocks out of here. Well, it looks like I need to create a nail here and then also push blocks to the left later. I don't remember how many blocks I saw there. I think I needed 4 on the left side. Here I need 7, and I have 7 in total. Okay, so not sure how that works. Let's save this for later. Okay, so I'm going to need flippers and fire boots in order to get that. And I should be able to get both of these. Although the timing is a little tight. So this looks like I'm pushing a block. Oh, I'm probably pushing a block into that water. I probably don't get flippers. Yeah, we do indeed get a block. Okay, and we can push this block up twice. I think we should probably go ahead and do that. What's this going to do? Okay. This again looks like I'm pushing a block. Does that make sense? I mean, if I push a block along here, I can't get it down here. So actually, it looks more like a monster needs to go into that bomb. Okay, there's more stuff over here. Well, we have 2 red keys, so let's maybe try to do something in this area. Okay, so it looks like I want to push 1 block into here, get the suction boots to push it further. Or no, okay, I need to set up a block, say here. I need to set it up somewhere so that I can get the chip, push a block in here, and then get out again. So where exactly do I set it up? Here, maybe? Is it possible to... Okay, yeah, let's have a block here, and a block here. I think I can set it up like that. Yeah, that looks doable. So 1 block here, and then 1 block. Let's push it here. So now I can get this chip, and push this into place, and then do the other 2 blocks. Okay. Where do I go here? I go this way. There's a little hole for me to dodge the fireball. Okay, so now I have fire boots, which changes things a little. I was hoping I'd be able to push this block back, but I wasn't able to do that. Let's see, I needed fire boots here, but I also need a block before I can do anything. Yeah, and I can't take a block from this room, so... Is there anywhere else I could pull a block from? No, I think it has to come from up here. Okay, it has to be this block, so I've got to avoid stepping on any thieves until I get over here. Let's try getting there. So I can't simply do something with this block. Okay, this is new. So can I push all of these into the water? Oh, for starters I can push this up. Yeah, so I can get these into the water, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Now we push this one across, and I'm actually going to keep that 3rd block because I don't need to push it in order to get this. I'm not sure what's going on here, but if I'm grabbing this chip, okay, I guess I need to push something in there anyway. Would pushing a block up here help me? It wouldn't help me get the fireball, as far as I can tell. Hey, you know what? I'm probably supposed to... Yeah, if I close the toggle wall while the fireball's here, it'll switch directions. Let's... Okay, well, what do we do with the fireball then? So, I guess we want that fireball to go into this bomb. So then would make sense to have one block here and then one block. Let's just set this one up. One block here to deflect the fireball once again, and then we just need to, I don't know, like switch its direction and make it go into the bomb. I don't quite see how this works. Would I be able to, if I push this block down, would I be able to like get to the other side and push it back up again? I'm not sure I have a way around here. Okay, so what am I doing here? Actually, is this block used for anything? Because I don't think it's very useful here. Oh, maybe it is used here. Maybe we do push it down and then... Yeah, but I don't see how we get it further. Because what I'm thinking is maybe it's okay to push this block, I don't know, down here or on the right side. Of course, we could get the fireball into the bomb if we just push the block up here, but am I wasting a block that I need? To be honest, I can't really imagine myself using this block. Oh, do I maybe push it from the other direction? Oh, okay. Okay, so I could still imagine this block being useful. Okay, for starters, let's maybe do this so that the fireball just like bounces back and we can kind of close the fireball in then. So, oh, it went this way. Oh, I didn't even realize it would go this way. Let's... Oh, I can't get it out of here. Oops. Let's just confirm what's down here. Okay, just a single chip. Oh, and actually we need the fireball to hit this toggle door. Okay, so I completely misread what I'm supposed to do there. Is there any more stuff I can check out on this playthrough? Sometimes solutions aren't so simple. Okay, is this telling me to not get the green key? Well, here's the exit. We need to blow up that bomb and... Okay, so we can get a bunch of blocks out of here. How many blocks though? What's going on here? So I'm going to assume I should push this one up, just because, I don't know, if I push this one up then this is symmetrical and then I'm basically just in a worse position than I started with. Okay, let's keep a note of where the blocks, where the buttons are, here, 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 and here. So let's push this up. I think I can just solve... Oh no, I need to step there. Oh, it's fine actually, it doesn't matter. Okay, that's one more chip. And I believe I can still use... or maybe not. Okay, maybe I can't use any of these blocks anymore. So I could still get the green key whenever I feel like it. I'm not sure, but this looks like I might want to get all the chips before doing anything. Let's try tackling this, I guess. So I think it's fine to start like this. In fact, we can always take the long way around. Oh, it's quite a long way actually. Okay, there is also this trap button, so we can hold this trap open. Let's see what that does. Okay, I guess we have to push it up to here and then push it to the right. Oh, maybe I should have gotten the pink ball on the other side of that. No, this is still fine. Okay, that's just one more chip. And now we can enter through this side, although, let's see, I set this up so that I would be able to push this here. Okay, and now I guess we just push everything into position. We've got to make sure we get this one kind of early, but other than that, this looks simple enough. Okay. So now we can get this chip, but we can no longer get the yellow key. In fact, is there any indication so far that I'm supposed to be trying to get chips? The end goal really is just to blow up this bomb. And I mean, there's this guy here who can blow up a bomb for us. So why can't I just like get the bomb, get the yellow key, and then go down here? This gives me a green key, right? Oh, it doesn't. Okay, so... Okay, but I can push a post, I assume. Yeah, why do I need all these chips? Does this puzzle require chips? I don't see why it should. So let's partial post up here. That gives me the green key. Now I can free the teeth. Oh, I need all the chips in order to release the teeth. Okay, got it. Got it. And I can also take you out. This is a bit like a love for puzzles. If a love for puzzles was easy. No, just kidding, but yeah. Not really. Okay, so the teeth is probably the last thing I need. Yeah, and everything else here is kind of enclosed with gravel, so I'm pretty sure it has to be the teeth. Yeah. Okay, well, I think I messed up in the top left corner, so I'm gonna need to restart. But let's try to do that room differently. Okay, so I still need the blue key in order to free the fireball, no way around that. But we can do things differently. So for starters, let's have the fireball hit the toggle button. So we can get the yellow key. Oh, I'm trapped here. Okay, so I also need to set up, I guess, a block here or something. So is this fireball gonna go back and forth now? It is. Okay, now we have a yellow key and all these chips, which we didn't have before. Now we should kind of think about how we intend to get this fireball somewhere. Do I just go ahead and push this up? Wouldn't hurt, but I also may as well plan first. Yeah, I'm seriously not seeing how I deflect the fireball like this. So assuming we want to keep a block. In fact, I'm not sure I even keep the block if I use it here. So let's just push a block into the corner. That's nice and simple. Okay, that went into that bomb. We can get this chip now. And now I can do some new stuff over here. There, and yeah, this is a block that we're pushing, I guess, to the right here. Oh, we're gonna have to mess up these parameters here. That's fine though. Now, yeah, now we get this chip. Okay, I'm not sure, but I might have already faced every challenge at this point. Let's just look around the level and see if there's anything new. Oh, so I haven't gotten these chips yet. And this is apparently an invisible wall maze. Okay then. I don't think I ever got this chip. Still not sure how I'm supposed to get that chip though. So I did have a block around here. But just, for instance, even if I could push a block here, I don't see how that block ends up over here. Maybe I push it from the pink ballroom. Is that possible? That would also mean that I did something else wrong. Because there is a block here, right, that I can use, but I use that block, oh, for this trap button, but I can reuse it. Right, okay. Let's do that. So how do we want to push this? I guess we have to use this recess wall if we want to get it out of this column. And I'm not sure I can actually push it back to where I need to push it. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to push this block into the rightmost column. So that is a restart. Okay, so let's think about this. So our objective is to push this block into here and then push it up here. So that's what we use this recess wall for. Okay, I see how to solve this. Yeah, so first we go like this and avoid using this recess wall. I assumed it was spare the whole time, so that's why I just used it up. But apparently it is needed for something specific. So now we're gonna push this block. Yeah, where do we push it to? Can we? No. Okay, so we have to push it. Oh, we just push it to the left once and back to the right. Okay, yeah, we don't push it all the way. We just push it one tile. Now trap the pink ball underneath it. Oops. So trap that pink ball underneath it, and go up here and reuse that block in this palm. Okay, now I really think I've gotten every chip at least once, so yeah, let's just play this level just like I did before. Oh, that cooks it. Okay, so that should be the final chip. Still not too sure what this is referring to. Sometimes solutions aren't so simple. But we can we can blow this one up now, and I believe with the socket we get a few more blocks here. Let's just be careful. For instance, how do I actually get this block out? And actually I only have, oh, all I need is 3 blocks. Okay, yeah, I don't actually understand how I get the third block out. I get this one out. wait, the teeth? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that might be what the hint is referring to. So I assume the only way to get this block out is by having a nail with the teeth there. Actually, I'm not so sure. Let's be a little bit careful. So I'm not going to use the teeth on that palm immediately. What can we do with this guy? What can we do with him? Oh, we have suction boots. Oh, okay. I am overthinking things. Yeah, well, that makes things easy. Okay, then I have no idea what that hint is referring to. Cool, so that is level 149 basically done. Actually a pretty decent level, pretty solid. But I shouldn't speak as if it's over until I get to the exit, because you never know with that teeth. Okay, so follow me and go into the spawn. Cool. Level complete. That was by Josh Lee. Nice level. And congratulations, I've won. Nice. Okay, I'll do a quick recap of what I thought about this set. I want to put the set into context by describing the previous sets, or how I see them anyway. So CCLP2 was a very experimental set. I don't think the quality of levels was high. I think it was more a demonstration that this is something that can be done. I think CCLP2 motivated people to create better levels, which appeared in the future sets. Then we get to CCLP3. So for me, the last 15 levels of CCLP3 are some of the most memorable levels I've ever played in any puzzle game. I mean, what was accomplished in that set was really spectacular. The quality of levels was already very high, and the late levels in particular are just brilliant. They're some of the most fun and most difficult puzzle game levels I've ever played. So overall, I have a very high opinion of that set. The next set I think was CCLP1, which clearly wasn't made for me, so I'm not going to talk about that one for too long. Then came CCLP4, and you could definitely sense that something happened in response to CCLP3. After CCLP3 was released, it was clear that not everybody loved it as much as I did. But especially some Let's Players who come to mind who quite loudly denounced the set and talked about how much they didn't like the hard levels. And there were quite a few people saying that they don't like the set because it's too hard, or because there were too many hard levels in a row. So next was CCLP4, and I have to say I found it really disappointing. Compared to the pool of levels and what would have been possible at the times, I think it's the most disappointing set there was. I think that's partly because the staff in particular, and maybe some of the voters, just came into it with the perspective that difficult puzzle equals bad puzzle. Every puzzle should be easy, or just these nonsensical beliefs. And sure, there might have been a contingent in the community who felt that way and didn't enjoy hard puzzles, but there were clearly a lot of people in the community. I mean, I was in the community at the time. I clearly wasn't the only one who was eager for harder puzzles and wanted a challenge. So those are the previous sets. Where does CCLP5 stand compared to that? Well, it's definitely not as watered down as CCLP4 was. Some very difficult levels were included. 3 levels in particular come to mind, although one was my own, so I didn't really get to experience that. But with that said, okay, that just leaves 2 levels, and I was left thinking, would it hurt to have another couple of hard levels in there? Like, really hard levels? When I think back to CCLP3 and which levels I really loved and which ones stood out to me and which ones I can remember 10 years later, it's those really brilliant, difficult levels. And CCLP5 just didn't have that many of those. So overall, if I had to pick my favorite set, it's still going to be CCLP3. Because if I compare those sets and say, in which set were the top 5 levels best, it's CCLP3. Or if I ask which set had the best 10 levels, CCLP3 I think wins by a considerable margin. And that to me is the most important factor. Those are the levels that I'm going to be remembering years from now. Those are the levels that are absolutely brilliant and I think showcase something unique and really amazing in the CC community. That's something I loved in CCLP3, and CCLP5, in my opinion, does not quite live up to that. Just to check that this isn't just nostalgia talking, I actually went ahead and replayed Vulcan. So I picked Vulcan because it's one of my absolute favorite CCLP3 levels, and also because I thought I wouldn't be able to remember most of the solution, which was true. I didn't remember any of the important parts. And I can definitely say I'm better at solving puzzles than I was back when I played CCLP3. But even then, that's a really hard level and a really fun level. Even then, I struggled with that level, especially the key room, and I enjoyed playing it a ton. So I think that remains my favorite JB level, and I can say confidently that it's not just nostalgia talking. I really love those late game CCLP3 levels. Just to check that this isn't just nostalgia talking, I actually went ahead and replayed Vulcan. So I picked Vulcan because it's one of my absolute favorite CCLP3 levels, and also because I thought I wouldn't be able to remember most of the solution, which was true. I didn't remember any of the important parts. And I can definitely say I'm better at solving puzzles than I was back when I played CCLP3. Even then, I struggled with that level, especially the key room, and I enjoyed playing it a ton. So I think that remains my favorite JB level, and I can say confidently that it's not just nostalgia talking. I really love those late game CCLP3 levels. Still, CCLP5 is a very nice set. It's my second favorite CCLP, and it contains a couple of really brilliant levels, so I'm glad I got the chance to play it. Okay, let's talk about difficulty. So I'm sure I'm not the first person to give their opinions on the difficulty of certain levels in the set, but with that said, I did play the set blind. I hadn't even heard of any of these levels apart from Lounge Act before I started playing, so I think my opinion carries some weight here. What I've done here is I've given every level a difficulty rating out of a maximum of 10, and on the very right I also gave my playtime, so you can see that these two numbers actually correspond completely. The reason is just I think playtime does a fairly good job of explaining like 90% of the difficulty, and it removes any personal bias, so I think it's a decent way to compare these. Just some notes here. So Lagoon of the Low Tide is here twice because the Lynx version is considerably different and considerably harder than the MS version, so I really felt it was necessary to list it twice here. Also, Gravelways is a complete guess in terms of difficulty. I gave it a slightly harder rating than Crux of the Matter because I'm just thinking there's like a 60% chance that it would have taken me longer to beat than Crux, and a 40% chance that Crux was harder. I don't really know where it belongs, so that's just a complete guess, but the rest I think are solid estimates. I should also clarify that these playtimes are somewhat estimates because I might have taken breaks during my playing session to like make some tea, but they're pretty accurate. I mean, I was recording the whole time, so I could just look at the length of the VOD. With the exception of the last two levels where I spend a lot of time thinking about the levels off stream, so I had to somewhat guess those levels, so take those last two levels with a grain of salt. And by that I mean Crux of the Matter and Lagoon of the Low Tide. So Lagoon of the Low Tide stands out as being by far the hardest level in the set. It's an extremely tough challenge where you can get to like one block left fairly easily. I mean, that's basically solving it in a mess. But then getting the last block with all the different red herrings and all these different things to consider is so difficult, but also so fun to play. Crux of the Matter is the other level that really stood up above the rest. And I think that was another brilliantly crafted level where it's more like a sequence of really hard obstacles. And just for the sake of comparison, as I said, I replayed Vulcan, it would get an 8.6 on the scale. So I think late game CCLP3 is generally around the 9 out of 10 mark, with maybe like Old Frog being above that. Is Lagoon of the Low Tide and Lynx now the hardest level that's ever been in a CCLP? Well, I think the only level that can really compete with it is Old Frog New Tricks, and I have to admit I didn't solve Old Frog New Tricks myself. I saw the solution before I was really into CCLPs myself, so I beat it based on that. So it's hard for me to compare, but if I had to pick, I think Old Frog is probably still the harder level. The Lagoon comes very close. And now it's time to look at my top 5 levels in the set, starting with number 5, Another Perspective by Jeffrey Pardon. This level has a super cool idea, and the execution is also really nice. I especially love the stuff you did with the teeth in the bottom left room, and it's just overall a really satisfying solution to find and a really fun level to play. At number 4 we have Crown Jewels by JB Lewis. This puzzle is brilliant. And it's really the kind of puzzle where I'm thinking, JB, how the hell do you construct something like this? I've never seen a level like this, and for something so small, it really packs quite the punch. This is a really hard level, but I also found it extremely fun to solve. This level was awesome. My third favourite level in the set is The Love for Puzzles by Bouncicles, and this level is brilliant. In some sense, it's the best constructed level in the set. An internal issue of Chip's challenge levels is that there's no undo. If you fail, you have to start from the beginning. And A Love for Puzzles provides a really clever answer to this. By using thieves as walls, you can practically walk anywhere in the level and try any section of the level again and again with no cost if you fail and you have to reset. So that's something I really loved about this level. But on top of that, it's also just a brilliantly constructed puzzle. Especially the stuff that goes on in the left side of the level. I love that. And it's something where I felt every attempt I was learning new things and I was understanding more and more of the puzzle. And of course, when you combine that with the thieves as an instant reset mechanism, this is brilliant. This is one of the best levels I've ever played. At the number 2 spot, we have Lagoon of the Low Tide by VT. And I'm of course referring to the Lynx version, because the MS version is just a tutorial. If you play it on MS, you don't actually get to see the majority of the solution, or at least the majority of the solving process. And that's where the brilliance of this level lies. When I was playing this, I got to 1 key left fairly easily, but then the level got insane because I had 1 key missing and that key could be absolutely anywhere. I mean, it's fairly easy to eliminate the bottom right room, but everywhere else you're just constantly double checking, triple checking, what did I miss? Is there something in the bottom left room? Can I somehow preserve flippers? And then the top left and top right rooms are just so well made, especially the top left room where you're just thinking, it must be possible to get those flippers. It must be possible to do that somehow. Top right room also gives you that feeling. And then when I finally saw the solution, I was just blown away by it. I'm sure you could tell from my video just how excited I was when I was playing that level and just how much I love this. The solution to this is absolutely incredible. Really, really awesome level. And my favorite level of CCLP5 is Crux of the Matter by Andrew Menzies. This level is a masterpiece. There's so many well-constructed puzzles here. I especially loved the red key room you see on the right side and the water room you see near the start. Those are really fun to try to figure out. And it wasn't just the individual obstacles which are cool here. The level in the end, everything wraps together, and trying to figure that out, trying to figure out the boot order and how you get those last couple of chips was also extremely fun. I just love this level. I loved the individual obstacles and I loved how everything was put together. Playing through this one was just non-stop fun. I loved this. Okay, and that just about wraps up the series. CCLP5 was cool and I hope you guys liked my videos. See you next set.